Alright, so this video will focus in on 6.7, and it says here the original price is $300 with a 25% discount. Well, that means that you're paying a total of 75%, so 0.75 times 300, that equals 225. This one here, 40% discount, that means you're paying 60%, right? Times 75, so 45. This one here, 20% discount, you're paying 80%, so 0.8 times 1300. So next one, I'm paying 15, or I'm getting 15%, so I'm paying 85% times 95. Next one, 90%, right? That's what you're paying for. Times 725. And the last one. So I'm paying, looks like I'm paying 35, so 100 minus 35. So I'm paying 65% times 45. There it is. And that's how you do all those. And basically I want to find out if I get a loan, how much simple interest is accrued? How does that work? And there's this formula, and it's P equals RT. I'm going to write this down. P times R times T equals I, which is your interest. So your P is your principal, so the amount you start with, like what you need from the bank. The R is the rate, and the T is the amount of time it occurs to do this. So if I look at this, for instance, if I have 6% per year, right? And this is saying at the end of 6 months, you earn how much interest. Well, here's the problem. It says 6% per year. So to figure out what I get per month, I have to take 0.06 divided by 12, and that will give me the per month, right? So let's look at what that is. I'll say 0.06 divided by, oh boy, let's say 0.06 divided by 12. So I get this much per month, and I want to know for 6 months, right? So times 6. So I get this right here. And then I will do times my principal, which in this case was 100, right? So that means I get $3. So I earned $3 interest after 6 months. So I have $303. So now we're going to go through and same formula that we used before, and we're going to try a few of these. So imagine that I put $500 in my savings account. Again, it's I equals P times R times T, and it says 500 is a principal. 3% interest, so times 0.03 for 3 years, right? So times 3 years. When I do that, first of all, I'm going to have 500 times 0.03 times 3. That means I make $45. Now, that's not the total amount, right? Because I still had $500 I started with. So it's 500 plus the interest, which was 45. So altogether, that equals $545 is what I have. So that's how they get this answer. So let's try the next one. So for example 2. So I'm going to get rid of this stuff here, and I'll just do, so I equals P times RT. And I have $1,000 in my account, and it says it earns $100 of interest, so I'll put down equals 100. And then it says in 4 years, right? And I don't know my R, and my T, it looks like, is in 4 years. So let's just multiply what I have here. Let's combine like terms. So I have 100 equals 4,000 R, right? Now I want to get R by itself, so I'll divide by 4,000 here. Divide by 4,000 here. And I'll have R equals, and if I just take 100 divided by 4,000, I get this 2.5%. All right. This next one here, it says after 9 months. So if I go back here, and I want to figure out what it is for, this is in years, right? So let's just go through and do this one, because this is really important. I had to do this one ahead of time to kind of check it out. And again, I'm going to have my I equals P times RT. And this one says I have $500, but it says that I get 3% per year. And this question up here is calling for me to have 9 months, right? So let's go back here. And it's 3% per year. So I'm going to figure out what it is per month. So I'm going to have my 3%, so 0.03 divided by 12. And this will tell me what I should get per month. And if I do that, 0.03 divided by 12, I should get this much per month. And I want to figure it out for 9 months. So I'm going to say times 9. And I get this number here. I'm going to now take that number and multiply it by 500. And this is where I got the $11.25. I then add it back to the principal, and that's how I got $5 or $511.25. This one here says an account earns $17.50 in simple interest in 2.5 years. What is the interest rate? Well, let's go and let's try it. I haven't done this one. So if I put $350 into an account, the account earns $17.50 in interest. I have my R, and I have my time, which is 2.5. So I'm going to take my 2.5 times 350, and I'll have 1750 equals, what was that, 18? Yeah, 875. R divided by 875, divided by 875. Moment of truth. So I'll do 1750 divided by 875. And I get 2%, which is what I have right here too. So example 3, there's simple interest. The simple interest rate is determined by the principal. How long it take for the account to, with the principal of $800 to earn $100 in interest. Okay, so I want to have $100 of interest. And if I have my deposit is 800, that's 2%, right? So I'm going to put this in here. So now my rate is 2% because it shows right there. So 0.02. My principal is 800. My rate I want to return is 100 for my interest. And my time, I don't know my time yet, right? I got to figure that out. So now I'm going to multiply these two things together. So 800 times 0.02 equals 16. So now I have, on this side of the equation, I have 16t equals 100. So t has got to be equal 100 divided by 16. So 100 divided by 16, I get 6.25 years. So it'll take a while. And